Today we bring you a film based on a novel that was first published privately in 1928, a work that caused scandal and was banned at the time due to scenes where relationships are explicitly described. This story tells the life of a young woman named Connie who is now married to Clifford Chatterley, a man from the upper class. Connie, or Lady Chatterley, will have a guaranteed life full of wealth and privileges and celebration. After their wedding, Clifford's family is very happy, because they know that in the future they will have a possible Chatterley heir. Although these plans would have an unexpected turn after returning from his participation in the war, Clifford becomes paraplegic, and the lower half of his body will be paralyzed. Life goes on, and the spouses move to their new home, a mansion belonging to Clifford's family, which requires various repairs and new workers. Clifford, due to his condition, wishes that his room is no longer on the second floor and will use the library as his new bedroom, giving his wife the power to use the room for herself. When spending her first night in her new home, they find out that Clifford will no longer be able to have children, which at first does not seem to affect Connie but later becomes significant. The Chatterley family hires new staff, and Clifford decides to rehire a guy who had already worked with his family before the war, a ranger named Oliver Mellors. Despite being a former lieutenant in the army, he doesn't mind returning to this type of work. Connie writes letters to her sister Hilda, telling her how she is doing in her new home. She lets her know that her husband's strength is returning and he can do more things for himself, although she is the only person who has to help him. She also tells her that Clifford is finishing his first novel, which keeps him very entertained. Connie confesses that she misses their previous life but knows she has to adapt to living in their new home. She wants to visit her sister in London for a while, but her husband doesn't want to be left alone and asks her to invite her sister instead. This makes Connie a little upset because she feels bored with the routine at home. Clifford knows that his wife longs to have a child and that he cannot give her one. He proposes that she have a child with another man so that she can be happy. He also wants an heir and does not want to look bad to those around him by appearing incapable of having a child. Her husband gives her some conditions, asking that this be done discreetly and that she herself find someone suitable. He stipulates that she should not fall in love and should not reveal who the father will be. This is a complete surprise for Connie, who believes her husband is not serious. After this, Connie cannot help but feel a vital void after the emotional distance from her husband. Her sister comes to her aid and changes many things in her house. First, they hire staff entirely dedicated to helping Clifford, the lady who took care of Connie's husband when he was a child. Second, Lady will now have more time for herself and be able to take long walks without problems. During these walks, she gets to know Oliver Mellors, the ranger her husband hired, and begins an affair after an emotional outburst. Oliver makes it clear that if they continue seeing each other, people will be suspicious, and it would be degrading for her to be seen with someone like him. However, Connie is not interested in this warning. She continues to have more encounters with Mellors inside a cabin far from the mansion. Now she has a problem because this adventure is leading her to fall in love, and she doesn't know how to face it. Lady Chatterley spends time with a woman from the town named Flint. During her visit, she shares her thoughts about having children with her husband. Despite her current situation, Oliver suddenly appears and complains about her not coming to the cabin that day. Connie acts indifferently and quickly leaves the place, but Oliver follows her, and they end up being intimate in the middle of the forest. The two are deeply in love and spend a lot of time together in secret. Clifford returns home after each of Connie's visits, appearing unaware. One morning, Connie begins to feel her breasts swollen and becomes worried about being pregnant, uncertain about the details of her condition. While walking with her dog around the mansion, Mrs. Bolton notices her and tries to inform Clifford about Mellors' presence, but he refuses to listen. The Chatterley household employees begin to rumor that the family might have an heir, a speculation that brings them great excitement. Clifford asks Connie to be discreet, emphasizing that he doesn't want to know the child's father. He takes the opportunity to announce his upcoming 3-week trip to Venice to visit his father, suggesting he might have an adventure to provide an heir. Every day, Connie visits Oliver and informs him about her pregnancy. She reveals that she doesn't mind having someone else's child, which greatly angers Mellors, who feels Connie might have used him. They end up fighting while Clifford is wheelchair-bound. During an incident where Clifford's wheelchair fails, Oliver rushes to help but is treated with contempt by Clifford. This treatment makes Connie furious, and she reproaches her husband for his behavior. She reconciles with Oliver and begins to plan a divorce. The lovers spend happy moments together, even in the rain. Clifford sends Mrs. Bolton to find his wife, nearly catching them. When Connie returns wet, Clifford becomes angry, but she seems indifferent. Before Clifford's trip, Connie introduces Oliver to her sister Hilda, who disapproves of the affair and openly expresses her opinions about Mellor's and Connie's future. Connie confesses to her sister that she is pregnant, and it is clearly not Clifford's child. Her sister advises against divorce and suggests continuing with the planned Venice trip. Complications arise when Oliver's ex-partner enters his house, steals some items, and discovers a woman's garment and Connie's book. Rumors spread throughout the town, causing Clifford to fire Oliver. Clifford is particularly upset upon learning about the pregnancy, primarily because Oliver is from a lower social class. Initially, he refuses to grant a divorce but ultimately allows Connie to leave, recognizing her unhappiness. Connie continues her life in Venice, hearing no news from Oliver. Months pass, and her pregnancy becomes noticeable. The gossip in the city makes her want to return to London. Her sister eventually breaks the news that Oliver has sent letters, revealing he lives in a small Scottish village. The letters detail the rumors about a lady who left everything for a servant. Connie travels to Scotland and reunites with Oliver, who now has a farm. She will soon give birth to their son, bringing their tumultuous love story to a conclusion. And with this scene, the movie ends here. Thanks for watching this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment below and tell me what movie or series you want me to recap next.